Devon, you had an awesome first year in Rochester and then somehow exceeded expectations here in season two. Having spent the bulk of your time with the Amerks this year, what can you just talk about this experience?
Yeah, it's been a great experience. Being around an unbelievable group of guys, unbelievable staff. I think everything was really put in place for us to succeed. Um, you know, it was. I enjoyed my time at the rink a lot. Every morning, coming in, smile on my face, just happy to see everyone. And when you're coming in and you're playing hockey because you just love the game and love being around your friends, it's easy to have success. So I think as a group collectively, we were able to have the success that we had this year just because of how much we enjoyed being at the rink.
What is it like? You've been in the Sabres locker room. Those are guys that, for the most part, like they've made it, they've done it. How fun is it to be a part of a room here where everybody is hungry, everybody is wanting to get there?
Yeah, I mean, it's been great. Like it's such a great group of guys. Like everybody wants to make it to the next level, obviously, but it's not at the expense of one another. It's like together. It's a togetherness that we have here that's been created by the coaches, by the staff, getting these great people to be a part of our culture, and it's been so fun. It's been a hell of a year. I'm sad that it's over. It's sad to leave the boys today and kind of split up, but it's a year that I'll never forget. Memories that I'll have forever.
The memories that fans may have, and I'll ask you about yours, is the season you had is probably the best an Amherst had since Ryan Miller. And on his Hall of Fame night, we're watching you kind of skate by the bench, and you can hear your voice over the video board as we had you narrate that video. What did that mean to you?
It was super special to be a part of that. It was really cool to see your childhood role model being inducted to Hall of Fame and just being there, just like on the ice as a fan of the game. It was special, to be able to be taken back into my childhood like that and be able to just like detach from the game for a second and be like, this is pretty special. It was a special moment for me. It was really cool to see. Had the pleasure of having a few conversations with him, and he's an awesome dude and super happy for him.
Considered that it is possible you have worn an Amherst jersey for the last time?
Honestly, no, I haven't even thought about that. We'll see what happens. I'm just super grateful for this year, and I'm excited for next year. I feel like I'm ready to play in the NHL, but obviously it's out of my control, and I leave that up to the people in charge, the people paid to make that decision. So whatever happens, and it takes time as a goalie. So had a good meeting with the staff, and it's been good, and all I can focus on is being the best version of myself every single day, and I know that I'm gonna end up where I want to be eventually. So that's the process.
You're up.
Hey there, Devon. What do you take away from the Laval series, just as an experience going through in your hockey career, having different experiences? It doesn't end the way you want it, but just that atmosphere going 5 games. What's your takeaway of everything from that series?
Yeah, that was an incredible series to play. Obviously, really good team. It was a battle. I think that the experience of getting a playoff series like that is huge. Being in a rink like that, playing against a solid team like they were, seeing, obviously it wasn't easy for the group, and we battled and fought and clawed our way back into that series after going down twice. It was gritty, and I think as a group we learned a lot. I personally, obviously not the outcome you want, but an experience that you wouldn't give up for the world.
You didn't have any idea how this season was going to go back in September. Now that you've gone through it, had the highs that you've had, and how much are you going to take this season and really look
For sure, yeah. I know, what makes me successful as a goalie, and having another year is kind of another year of self-reflection and understanding myself a little bit better, and using that knowledge to my power this summer and going into next year. It's if you do that right, it's a big tool. It's a big superpower that the season could give you. It's telling you everything you need to know about yourself. So this summer is a great opportunity to keep growing, and I'm excited to do so.
What was your thought about Mike Leone? A guy comes from outside the organization, and you guys had the year you did under him?
He's been awesome. He's an amazing coach and an even better guy. Having conversations with him in the locker room just about anything from hockey to just day-to-day stuff, life. He's been great. Very personal dude. And I think that everybody really respected him. I think he really had the locker room under his control, and he was able to lead us down a great season. So it was him and Pacer and Vinny, the rest of the coaching staff, Shamo, the development guys that would come, all of them played their part. The equipment guys, the medical guys, like just everybody on the staff really made it easy for us to feel at home and want to compete and be the best versions of ourselves.
You talk about what's going to happen going forward. A lot of people equate you to Dustin Wolf, and you played 141 games in the A. You're at around 80 now. I mean, how do you view the summer? What you want to get better at, and just what might happen come the fall?
Yeah, I kind of leave that up to other people to decide. There's obviously easy to compare and easy to look at, trajectories and stuff, but I know that if I just stick to what I'm doing and what makes me successful, that's all I can control. And if I'm controlling what I can control, then things will happen for me eventually. So just a trust in, your game and, yourself that you need to have. And kind of, instead of looking outwards, just look inwards, focus on yourself, and enjoy the process. Let the outcomes happen as they always do if you do the right things.
And the last thing is, what was your reaction when you found out the news of the Paige Thompson golden goal?
Yeah, I'm super happy for him. I expect, nothing less from him. He's an incredible player. I'm obviously, as a Canadian, would have liked to see Canada go further. But it's just watching that tournament as a fan. I was there 2 years ago, and I know how great it is to play at the national level and to be able to represent your country. So just being able to watch that as a fan this year, it was pretty cool.
And you've seen that toe drag and sweep from him a few times before practice, right?
Oh yeah, I've seen that a couple times. I know that release.
Thank you, Devon. I appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Dan Fates, you're up.
Yeah, sorry if I jumped on a little late here. Just want to ask you, what did you learn about yourself this year? I know we've talked about it before, like the stability and consistency that you got, but how have you grown maybe as a person off the ice this season?
Yeah, it hasn't been all sunshine and rainbows this year. There's been not easy, there's been good moments, and then there's been harder moments, and all those moments, you take in and you learn from them, and at the end of the day, the more you go through as a goalie, the more challenges and obstacles and adversity, the thicker your skin gets, and you need thick skin to be able to play in the NHL. And I don't want it to be easy. It wasn't easy. It was a hard year, filled with good times, harder times, but the more experiences you get, the thicker that your tolerance to these circumstances are. And I know how it is when you're up there. It's not an easy league to play in. It's an incredible challenge, and I think that this year having under my belt is a huge asset for me moving forward, to have this experience, and I'm super grateful for it.
Appreciate that. Pleasure covering you this year, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate you.